This is AUDNZD. As some of you guys know by now, I always start my analysis on the highest time frame possible, which is the monthly time frame. What I look for in the monthly time frame is I look to add my key SNR, which is support and resistance levels, right? So all I do on the monthly time frame is grab my key levels, right? I'm going to place a support somewhere. Let me make this a bit bigger. Right? We're just going to put a support level down there because we know every time the market goes for that level on a monthly time frame, it's going to react to it, right? Reject, reject, run all the way up, reject, 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 run all the way up, and so on and so on and so on. So if you see ADNs, it cannot seem to go past this support level, right? So now I'm going to add a couple more levels. I'm going to add something, a resistance level right here, right? Bounce, 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 break above. And now it is currently trading above the support level, right? So that's all you have to do when it comes to the monthly time frame, right? Do not be adding too many lines so you don't get confused. Just add the main support and resistance levels, and that's all you have to do, right? So now I'm going to scale down into the weekly time frame, right? Can you guys please tell me what I look for on a weekly time frame?
Trend.
Sorry, say it again, Farad.
We look for the trend.
I look for the trend in the weekly time frame, right? And again, if you're trying to swing trade, if you're trying to hold your trades longer the way that I am trying to trade, the way that I am trying to hold my trades for a long period of time, you must start your analysis on the higher time frame, right? And again, ADNZD is one of my favorite pair to trade. I'll tell you guys, it is always going to give you a clean up trend or a clean down trend, right? Last week we managed to catch over 106 pips on AUDNZD. And right now, AD City is slightly in profit. I'm going to show you guys, if you literally backtest this pair, AD and CD, you're going to be like, wow, this is a very simple, clean, easy pair to trade, right? So those levels, we place them on a monthly time frame, right? The key SNR levels. And then we also, like Farhad said, we look for the trend on the weekly time frame, right? As you guys can see, on the weekly time frame, the market is currently trending up, and that's all you have to do on the weekly time frame. Is it an uptrend or is it a downtrend? If it's an uptrend, you have to look for buyers only. If it is downtrend, you have to look for sales only, right? I don't be doing nothing else on the weekly time frame apart from looking for the trend, right? So now we're going to scale down into the daily time frame, right? The daily time frame, guys, that's where you should be paying the most attention to, which is the daily time frame. The daily time frame is pretty much everything when it comes to trading, right? So can you guys also tell me what I look for in a daily time frame as well?
Structure.
Say
Higher,
it
like
again.
highs and lows for the
Highs and low, but
structure.
yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's after that structure, which is good. You also gotta look for the trend on the daily time frame as well, right? The key to the strategy is make sure the daily and the weekly trend are aligned, right? As you can see on the weekly time frame was in an uptrend. It is in an uptrend on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, it is also an uptrend, right? Uptrend on daily, uptrend on weekly. You have zero reason to be selling this, like zero reason to be selling this, right? So now, what's the next step? Right? So now we know the ADNs is trending up on a weekly and daily time frame. What's the next step?
Analyze the like highs and lows.
Perfect. Right now, all you have to do is place your key structures, right? If the market is going up, what kind of structure should you be getting?
Higher highs and higher lows.
Perfect. Higher highs and higher lows, right? This was a low, right? Okay, went all the way up to give us a high, right? If you guys already go to the signal chat and you check all the AUD and ZD trade, 90% of those trades will be winning them, right? Because it is a clean, it's been trading up for a long time and we've been buying it. You know what I mean? So, and that's why we're currently buying it as well, right? We got the low, high, higher, low. If the market is going up and it is giving you higher highs and higher lows, where would you be looking to buy it at the higher high or the higher low?
Higher low.
Higher low. Perfect, right? Low, high, higher, low. You'll be looking for a buy. You'll be looking for a buy, right? So that's all you have to do when it comes to the daily time frame is to mark your key structures, right? But yet again, ADNZ, the trade that I called it on the 4 hour time frame, right? Which means it's not supposed to be a swing trade, it's supposed to be a day trade. But like I told you guys, ADNZ is a slow pair. You have to be patient, but it should definitely pay off, right? If you want to as well, you can also grab your trend line. As you can see, it is currently trending up, but there's no reason for us to add because I hate adding too many lines when it comes to my chart, right? I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible, right? So perfect. AUD is currently trending up, so you'll be looking for buys only, right? So now we're done with the monthly, we're done with the weekly, pretty much done with the daily, right? Actually, we're not done with the daily yet. I want to scale down to the 4 hour to show you guys the day trade. But if you're looking to swing trade AUD and ZD, all you had to do was place your Fibonacci retracement level from the most recent higher low to the most recent higher high. As you can see, pretty much came to the 61.8% level, right? To create that higher low, you buy it and you would have been in profit, right? And then all you have to do is put your stop loss below the previous structure, which is the higher low, about 50 pips below 61.8%. Then you have to target the 0% for TP1, right? You always have to target the previous structure for a take profit, right? But I did not call this swing trade on AUD and CD. It was actually a day trade. I'm going to show you guys why it was a day trade, right? So now I'm going to scale down to the 4 hour time frame, right? Scroll down to the 4 hour time frame. I'm going to make this small, and I'm sure you guys can see why it was a day trade and why we're currently in profit, right? So obviously, I did my overall technical analysis on AUD and ZD the last couple of weeks, right? Placed my key structures, key SNR levels on the monthly, weeklies in the uptrend, dailies in the uptrend, and then I scaled down to the 4 hour time frame to actually find a day trade, right? Day trade is a trade that you're not supposed to hold for weeks, right? Compared to a swing trade, right? So day trade on the 4 hour for the AUD NZD, very, very easy. As you guys saw on the daily time frame, it is giving us the same structure on the week, on the 4 hour time frame. Very easy, right? You have the low, went all the way up to give you a high. And guess what I did last week, right? The minute I realized the market give me a low, went all the way up to give me a high, and then we trace all the way down to give me a higher low, right? But the key to it, guys, you need to wait for the market to actually create some type of support, right? Don't be buying it as soon as the market goes for the 61.8% level, right? You have to wait for the market to create some type of support. As you can see, give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so many touches, right? And then you grab your fib level, right? Place it from the most recent higher low to the most recent higher high. And this is how we made money last week, right? As you can see, right? You'll be looking to buy it between the 50%, 61% level, right? The market dropped all the way down to the 50% level to give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches there. I called the buy and I targeted the 0% level for take profit, right? I'm sorry, yeah, for the TP, right? And then as soon as we went all the way up to smash for TP, we got out, right? We took our money, and guess what happened? The market went all the way up to give you a higher high, right? Then again, this is a day trade, right? It went all the way down to give you a higher low. And this is why we're currently in AUD and ZD right now, right? So I grabbed my fib again, right? Same thing I did last week, right? Let's say from the most recent higher low, right? To the most recent higher high. This was obviously news, right? Went for the 61% level, created the higher low, and we're in, and we're currently in slight profit right now. Let me get rid of this line. So you guys can see probably what I'm saying, right? Right? You have the low, high, right? Place your fib, higher low, place your buy, right? If the market is going up, we're not interested in selling, right? We don't count trade, we just be looking to buy, right? We placed the buy last week, went all the way up, right? Always target the previous structure for take profit, right? Smash for take profit, right? Then all you have to do is wait for the market to create the same structure that it did previously, right? So went all the way down again, right? To create this, and this is where our take profit is at. See this? Very, 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 very easy to trade AD and TD. And this is the type of setup that you guys should be looking for. And I'll tell you, if you're patient enough and you follow, if you're patient enough and you follow the strategy the way I'm just teaching you guys right now, you should be making money. You know what I'm saying? Not every single day or not every week. Some week it might end up in negative, but overall you should be in profit, right? You have the low, high, all you have to do is buy at the high low, take your profit at the structure, right? Then wait for the market to go back down again to create the next higher low for you to get in, right? And you can use that as TP again, but I'm using minus 27 for TP1. I'm using minus 27 for my final TP because if the market is actually trending up, you should always get something higher than the previous high to create a higher high, if that makes sense, right? So you have the low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and the market should go all the way up, and the market usually creates the next higher low at the minus 27% for the fib, right? Does that make sense?
How many confirmations do you usually wait? Like, so you have your fib at 61.8%. How many confirmations? Because I know you kind of did a buy at 50%.
Yeah,
On a day trade, how many confirmations do you wait for to consider potential back upswing or downswing depending on what you're doing?
perfect. Great question one, right? So all I did on I'm actually going to use last week as an example, right? Since we already won the trade from last week and this trade is currently happening right now, right? So all I did from last week trade, right, was the market created a low, created a high, went all the way down to create a higher low, right? But we already know the market is overall trending uptrend on the weekly and the daily time frame. So we scale down to the 4 hour if you're on a day trade, or you can stay on the weekly and the daily if you're on a swing trade, right? The same structure that the market is giving us on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, it is actually giving us the same structure on the daily and the weekly time frame. And this is the best scenario possible, right? If all the time frames are aligned, which is the weekly, daily, 4 hour, and 1 hour, all you have to do is be patient enough to buy, right? But to answer your question, Ron, right, went all the way up to create the high, went all the way down to create the. I think I have too many fibs on. So obviously, the 61% is the sweet spot, right? Usually, if the market goes for the 61%, create a nice structure and give you that bullish engulfing if you're looking for a buy, that's pretty much the best scenario possible, the best entry price possible. But you cannot also ignore the 50%, right? This is why I always tell you guys, right? Once you place the fib, you should be looking to get in between the 50% or the 61% level. And to say is in this scenario, right? UDNCD went all the way down to the 50%, right? Give me a few touches. And the most important part, like I told you guys, if you guys joined the last session that I held on Saturday in person session, and this was my pretty much the last confirmation that I needed, right? Can you guys tell me what that is? This right here.
Bullish engulfing bar.
Exactly, right? That bullish engulfing pretty much told me everything that I needed to know was, you know what? The market is done selling, right? And the buyers are in control right now. It is a good time to buy, right? So this is why I always tell you guys, do not buy as soon as the market give you one touch at the 50% or one touch at the 61%. For all we know, the market can literally keep going down and just create a downtrend, right? So this is why you have to wait for the market to actually lose momentum at the 50% or the 61% level to create some type of support, right? Because if you have two touches or more, that is a support level, right? See this, that is a support level. And on top of it, right, the best confirmation is that bullish engulfing. That bullish engulfing is pretty much telling us, hey, what, sellers are no longer in control, buyers are in complete are in control right now. It is a good time to place your buy, right? Even if you place your buy, right, place your buy here, with your surplus below the lower high, you can that would still be a 1 to 3 hour ratio, right? If you target this for take profit for a final take profit, right? So you have to wait for the market to create a support level between the 50% or 61% level. Let's say if the market did create the support level at the 50% and then decides to go all the way down for the 61% level, all you have to do is pretty much add a second entry. Right? That's why I always be like, hey, now it is a good time to add a second entry, right? So the first entry is usually going to be at the 50%, and the second one will be at the 61% level, right? But I'd say 90% of the time, if you do get a bullish engulfing at the 50% or 61% level, that is pretty much the best confirmation that you can have, right? Because it is pretty much telling you that buyers are taking over, right? And sellers are no longer in control. Does that make sense, Ron?
Yeah, I was just curious because on the where your arrow is there, the buy isn't really engulfing yet. It's kind of stalemated. So that's why. Did you wait for the larger buying candlestick or engulfing candlestick
Are you
a
talking
little
about
more
here or
farther
there?
where your arrow is, and then move to the right to see that bigger wick right there? Did you use that
Yeah,
more of a like a confirmation of okay, this
ex-
is
exactly, right? Yet again, our entry price was kind of late for ADNZD. The reason being is we couldn't really get in. Actually, let me get rid of this so to just show you guys what I'm trying to say. Um, we kind of getting late. The reason being is, right, when AUD and ZD was at the 61% level, we couldn't get in because the spread was crazy. It was around like 3 p.m., right? So there's no way I was going to call a trade at 3 p.m., right? But I waited around like 4:30, 5 p.m., for the spread to be lowered. But when I called it, it was UDSD was already up somewhere around this area, right? This is why we're slightly in profit. But like I said, there's no reason for us to lose this trade unless if there's some type of news or trend reversal. But the fact that we know the weekly and daily is in an uptrend, the 4 hours is in an uptrend, the 1 hour is in an uptrend, right? Which we're trading with the trend. Let me zoom out on the 1 hour as well so you guys can see. We're trading with the trend, and there's zero reason for us to lose this trade, right?